not expecting. Some people, some homeowners, need to start respecting our employees. We need to respect each other. We are a family. I've been telling you guys the same thing always, every time that I have the chance to talk to you. Respect each other, being a family. I was amazed what I saw this Friday with Nancy's birthday. Why we can behave exactly like that every single day? I don't think it's that complicated to be family. Respect each other and enjoy the time with you guys. I'm being amazed by your behavior 99% of the time, but just one little thing that sometimes surprises me. Um, my meeting is not going to take that much. First of all, I want to make sure that everybody is doing the auto pay. If you're not doing the auto pay, you're setting up the right way. Amber is helping you out. It's not going to be a big deal. Also, if you haven't received the key from Watson, please let us know to be able to save the account. Bantaca has good surprises. You can look financials for the community. You can look at work orders if you place a work order. We're still working on those things because they haven't given us the full access to the work orders. But we see when you place it at home, on your cell phone, whatever, any work order. Uh, we last town hall meeting, it didn't went the right way, and I'm going to explain why. I was concerned about a little bit about liability, so I didn't allow to go through things. Actually, they're able to do. They can talk about with you about the changes. For example, Mr. McCarthy was going to talk about the rules and regulation committee. They make some changes to the rules. I committed a mistake. I didn't allow him to do it. So it's not going to happen again. We already discussed how to fix these issues. And I want to know if you have questions for me. Anybody had any question, please stand up here or we give you the mic.
It's just a quick question about our portal. I was able to go on and set up my portal and put in my password and everything, and then I went on the ClickPay to set up my financials. But I did it two different times yesterday, and all it would do was buffer and buffer and buffer, and it would never load ClickPay 7 up.
Do me a favor, Amber. Stop with Amber and she will help you out to double check what happened.
Okay. All right.
I will check with Amber, but the issue that you're having, I'm sorry, Judy Roberts, 17G. I also set up my portal. I was able to go in and do a work order, so I figured the portal part was working fine. And when I went into the ClickPay part of it, all it was allowing me to do was to set up like a credit card or debit card. And it said it was going to charge me if I did that. It wouldn't allow me to put in any banking information to do any ACH. And I will double check with
Please check with Amber.
but I just want to let everybody else know that if
Yeah.
that's the same issue you're having, it's not letting you get any further to do anything with a bank account at all. I didn't know if it was because it says that my balance is zero because the February payment's already been made and it doesn't show a March payment due yet. I didn't know if that was the
you can
case.
set up, basically having the March payment a little away, make it easy to set it up.
Okay,
So,
yeah, so
that's
it's not allowing us, but I will check with Amber. Thank you.
Right here.
Hi, Sam Mondello, 30E. Last Friday, I talked to you regarding the landscaping, and you told me to contact the person that I think is in charge. I sent her a text, and I have not heard anything. I've gotten a lot of phone calls regarding people that want to volunteer, people that have issue in their landscaping, but that person has not responded to me. You tell me what to do now. Thank you.
The person is here at the office, you can talk to her. If you want to go now and talk to her, that will be fine. And the other thing is, Peggy is at the office, so you can talk to her. Yes, you.
Why can't she respond to my text?
I asked her if she received anything, she said they haven't heard from you.
Second text that I've done regarding different issues, she has never.
So send me the information to me, send me an email, so I will forward to her. It's not going to be a problem. The committee per se, the beautification committee or the landscaping committee, is not an actual committee. It was disbanded a year and a half ago.
I understand it all, but why I'm not getting a text?
Uh,
That person, they're very polite, very nice, I don't think nothing against that person, but what can I get an answer back?
you bark in the wrong tree. I don't have why she have asked answer to you. I encourage you, the person that's over there at the office, you can talk to her. Okay. Sam, I'm not gonna spend too much here talking about why she haven't replied to you. I don't know the answer. I wish to know the answer.
Well, I'm sure the people here would know what's right and what's wrong. If you send somebody a text, they should respond to you, courtesy. Okay? That's all I'm asking. I want everybody to know that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Sam.
Bob Stober, 40E. You asked me to remind you to talk about whether or not we'll be able to continue using cash to purchase golf cart passes and golf guest passes.
At least until April 1st, we're gonna keep receiving cash. From April 1st, there's gonna be changes. They're gonna have a booklet or 5 passes for golf, so you can buy with a check. The thing is, it's a lot of liability when we go to the bank with cash. And we're not gonna have anybody here going with cash. So members of the board that dealing with the cash from the tokens, so it make it a little complicated. So I encourage everybody to, from now until April 1st, get your passes. After that, buy the booklet. I know it's for some of you, if you don't have a checkbook, it's gonna be a little annoying, but some of the people can share with you and you can buy from them. Unfortunately, it's not my decision, it's also Watson and the board decision. So that's the only thing I can say. Any other question? Okay, I'm going to talk about the painting now that I have a lot of people here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Okay. Barb Cyril, Building 50. You said that the landscaping was dissolved
That's what I hear.
a year, I didn't know that.
Yes,
It was dissolved.
yeah, the only one that takes care of it was Peggy and Chris.
Thank you, my answer.
Peg and Chris? Okay.
Thank you.
Me neither, let me tell you. Any other questions, ladies, gentlemen?
Nelsa Rios, 9F. Woo. I have a question regarding the ponds. Lately, I've noticed that the water goes up and down depending on whether or not someone comes and goes into that electrical box and presses, I guess, a button or something, which I guess allows the ponds to flow. But they've been very low, and we've had a lot of rain. There's got to be a reason behind it. Have they opened up that, whatever they call that panel or door that lets the water go out to the river?
As far as I know, no. As far as I know, we're maintaining our levels here. And I agree with you, I see it a little low, especially this one up here.
This one and this one.
Yes. Also, I want to mention that now you bring to the attention the board, the manager, pond number 1, the golfers, they can see that there are a cord in there. They're basically keeping people out. That side, that edge is caving in into the pond. Please do not cross that cord to get your ball. We don't want anybody swimming in there, especially without a swimsuit or floating device. We have a company that is coming to look. They already came with a big proposal. So told them no, that was unacceptable. Then they brought another one, a little lower, but it still is high. We already fixed it, and they have to give us some type of warranty. At least they have to eat some of the cost. So that's what they're working on it. Painting of the Kenner Road.
Wait,
they
I
already
have
saw
another
that.
part to that. So your answer was that you're not sure, or you know that it's not open?
I not 100% sure that it's not open. I will double check today with Sid.
Okay, and then the fountain is not working, it hasn't been working there?
Some of the fountains, they're not working. We're waiting to replacement, and we don't want to damage the other ones. So as soon as the company, Solstice, is coming to do a check on some of the fountains that are not working and install the new ones that they were in back order. They already told me they already received one, so they're going to come and install the new ones.
Okay, thank you. I think there's a question back there.
Run. I'm coming.
Yeah, Chuck Parks, 45D. In reference to your ponds a little bit, several months ago, I brought it up at a meeting that we spent all this money on these ponds to be fixed, and we have all this growth growing through the wood, wrecking our ponds that we spent all our money on. Our last property manager was supposed to take care of that 2 or 3 months ago, and nothing's been taken care of. I have people come to me and ask me about it all the time, so I'm not going to bring it up at a board meeting, I'm bringing it up at your meeting. We need to get somebody to take care of that problem, because all it's going to do is wreck our ponds and make holes in it and make our dirt go through the holes and back into the pond. So can you look into that for us?
Solstice is the company supposed to be maintaining the ponds, so I'm going to reach out to them to see what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Solstice.
Carol Flutterbock, 47F. Nielsen, in regards to the pond going 2 different directions, our pond over here has always done that. In the morning, it'll be flowing one direction, and in the afternoon, it'll be flowing in the other. And the reason I know that is because when I started the Duck Derby, Bill Neal would come and say, "It's not going to work, the water's running the wrong way." And I'd say, "Bill, watch it in the afternoon, it will work, because then it flows this way. In the morning, it's going that way, and in the afternoon, it's flowing down towards this way." So that's always been how ours has been.
Bob McCosey, 27D. Just for the new people coming in here, I know nothing to do with the ponds there, is those are not ponds, okay? That's number one. The retention basins. All the water that comes out is from the overflow of everything. If you got a lot of rain, it's going to go up. If we don't have any rain, it's going to go down. So they are retention basins, not ponds. They're not spring-loaded ponds and so forth. You guys, a lot of people don't remember, right over, the ones over here, they were like nothing, no water in it when we had no rain or anything like that. But that's an overflow, just for everybody's information on it.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, just to clarify that a little bit more, in the corner of our pond number 4, we have it's called a weir, but it's got a little crane on it, and you can lift the boards up so you can drop the water level, especially if you know hurricane or something's going to come in. You want to get it low to start with. The water flow should always go that way. I think the reason you think it's going the other way is the wind. Anytime we've had a duck derby, the wind is the biggest issue. Okay, so, and then one other comment, I think, Nilsu, you were talking about some of the fountains aren't working or something. When we have a heavy amount of rain like we've just had, not to get too technical, but the different boxes that control the lights and the pumps that make the fountains go, get damp enough that the breaker inside them trips. So usually, at least I know on 4, I've gone out and reset it because I know where it is. So if things aren't working, it isn't necessarily the fountain has failed. When in doubt, go check the circuit breaker first. So, and that's all I got.
Thank you, Chris.
Getting my exercise.
Carlos, can you update us on Pond 1? From what I understand, there could be a little issue, a pond, retention pond, whatever it's called. It seems to be a little bit sinking.
Basically, it's caving, the sides, the edge is giving in, so it's caving into the pond.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we put that rope in there.
Okay.
The company dig the pond, they dig too deep. And I don't know exactly the reason why. According to them, they spoke with Chris, and Chris told them that that's the way they want the pond. So I don't know exactly what happen at that point. Right now, we have the issue that is caving in, and we put that rope. We don't want anybody that play golf, if the ball is close there, don't pick it up. We never know when it's going to give in, and you're going to end it on the pond. And all depends how agile you are. You're going to be able to get out of there, or you're going to go down and take a look at how deep it is.
So,
We don't want that.
so the contractor who did it,
He came already twice.
and his work is guaranteed, under warranty, or?
Unfortunately, he's not giving us, it looks like he's not giving us any type of warranty. That's why we're going to have a conversation with him. Because you got to give some kind of, especially when the price, you got to get some type of warranty.
Well, of course, because if it's a danger now, and someone does get injured, they're gonna go right back to the contractor.
Correct.
Speaking about beautification, we have, I know that we have a lot of people interested in beautification. We need to work together. And as far as respect, you gotta give respect to get respect. So let's work together with committees, volunteers, and we'll get the job done.
I'm not thinking that it's a good idea to have another beautification committee right now or landscaping committee. One of the reasons, if anybody goes and dig a hole and cut one of those hot wire cables, is just $15,000. That if you're going to be in the committee, I will encourage you to sign for it, and you're going to give us a waiver, meaning that you will pay for that, not the association. So that's
there-
what I don't want anybody right now in there.
So there's no more planting.
The planting is being done by Carlos Garcia. The reason why, he has an insurance, and he cut one of the lines, his insurance covered up to $1 million. So he's able to pay for the $15,000.
So then there is no committee or
It's
volunteers.
just basically two people guiding what need to be done. I will take any suggestions that you want. If you want your building to have whatever plans, send
Is
it
it-
to me, talk about it, and I make sure that that happens.
And there's still money in the budget for that.
The beautification committee, besides that doesn't exist, is not a lot of money for beautification right now. No. Per se, we didn't put a lot of money for that area. It's part of landscaping. So we can buy some plants, we can buy some trees, but it's not that we want to spend a bunch of money just by taking Nilsa's idea, for example. I'm using your name, Nilsa, that you want to have roses around your building. And maybe only 2 people want roses around the building, and the other ones, they don't want it. So give us the idea, present it to your building, and if they want something specific, we can discuss and be able to help you out. I know that everybody wants to see their buildings the nicest way. Everybody wants to see around the community nice. So we're not denying that it needs to be done. The thing is, I want to make sure that we don't break, we don't cut anything that is going to cost money to somebody. By having a person in charge, that helps a little. Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a comment about that also. Most of the hot wire, all their stuff's in back on the golf course side. They shouldn't affect any planting on the front of the buildings. I mean, I don't know if anybody has hot wire in the front of their buildings, okay? Only on the golf course side. And does hot wire have a schematic or a map of where they put their cables like most companies do that they can give us so we are digging, we do know where they're at?
Yeah, we know. We know exactly where they are.
Do we have a drawing on that?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a drawing for that?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So you shouldn't be cutting, if you got a plan, you shouldn't be cutting into them.
Yes, and yes and no. I want to make sure that we're not going to, everybody's not going to try to get whatever they want and it costs money to the association. We got a budget that is not that big. It's tight. I don't want for next year think about increasing anybody's fees. I think we're in the max right now, and if we save, I'm going to make sure that we don't need to increase anything. Right now, the way the budget was created in a way that has left us not a lot of margin to act, but it's a good budget. So it's not that we're strangled, it's not that we're not going to need more money. If we spend too much, yes, at the end, we're gonna need more money. And I don't like special assessments. I'm allergic to those words. Special assessment is not a word in my vocabulary that I wanna share with you.
We didn't talk about that.
So the most important is, let's work together slowly. Let me get time to familiarize with everything in the community. This is my first month. It's not being easy. Especially it's not being easy because a lot of information that I need is not in there. It was Chris' head, and unfortunately he took it with him when he left. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to allow people to be planting. I work with everybody. If we want to do something nice, I work with everybody, and whatever you need, we can do it. Some of the buildings are going to help us because they want to have specific things, and some of them they say we pay for it. So I don't see a problem with that, and I will work with them in order to do whatever they need.
Okay.
We don't, like, if you've got 5 palm trees in front of your condo, 3 are different from the other 2 on the other side. So there's no more consistency. This is what I.
Hey, I'm being for the month here, and I haven't planted not even one palm tree. So I don't know where they're coming from. They're moving from another community, but as so far, okay. So I don't. Whatever we have is going to stay, and if we're going to put more, it's going to be the same things that we have. I think it's not a good idea to start bringing new things because it's not going to be. It's not going to look nice. It's going to look like what's going on over there, why these people have this. So I want to maintain at least the harmony of the landscape.
Okay, my turn. Okay, now that if I stay here much longer, there's going to be more than one thing, so now there's 2 things. My name, Diane Parks, 45D. I was looking over the budget. The line item for landscaping is $9,000, am I correct?
Right?
Okay.
You said you were looking.
Okay, this is February. Have we already gone over $9,000?
Just divide 9,000 by 12 months. and
Okay.
Give me an idea how much will be.
I'm not a good math, so 1,000 a month about.
It's less than $1,000 a month.
Okay, so we've already gone over for January and February?
We are on that side expenses. It's not that we already spent that much money.
Okay,
But I want to make sure that the money, if you want to have something in December, we still have a few
a long
months
time to
ahead
go. Yeah, we have 10 months. Okay.
to be sprayed.
I just wanted to make sure we hadn't already spent
No, no, no.
9,000.
We're not, that's one of the things, the financial committee and the board and everybody that is looking the money, is not even sometimes me. They're looking more the money than me.
Right,
So I don't see any way for us to overspend in
We
a short
shouldn't.
amount of time.
we shouldn't. Okay, number 2, and this is really the most important. We have a safety factor here. This gate going into the pool, there's about 5 gentlemen or women that have scooters. And they have to try to maneuver that gate when they come in and maneuver their scooter, and they're on a scooter because they're immobile. Last week, a gentleman fell out of his scooter trying to get the gate open. It took 2 large men just to pick him up. He was bleeding. Can we do something about that? Because this has been a problem. It's not your problem because it's before your time.
No, you said it was last week.
Well, it was, no, it happened, no, it happened again last week, but
Okay.
this has been an ongoing
Important.
problem. It's an ongoing problem.
This is the first time I hear about
I
it.
know. That's why I just want to bring it to your attention.
Please, if you can bring to my attention a lot of things that are happening, we can put an end. And
Okay.
we can fix the things.
Okay.
So I really appreciate that information because I didn't know what's going on. I'm going to look into. I'm going to ask the guys today to see what other way we have to be able to open and close the door.
Something for these people.
Unfortunately, by law, we require that be spring
I know.
gate. So we wish to be able to leave it open and close this.
It'd be
and see
nice.
how we can do it.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'll be there in a sec. I have a question about the budget. So, and maybe it's, you do it a different, but when I did budgets, when I worked, oh, you don't know me. Sue Kretz, 10J. Anyway, when they do the budget, so if it's $9,000, on our budgets, it was divided per month. Some months was less that we didn't use, some months we went over so that we could know we were on track. Do they divide it monthly?
Watson divided monthly, yes. And now, basically, we're in the transition that Watson is going to give us, is going to present it, and you're going to be able to see everybody when you go to bank account, log in, and you look at the budget and or the financials. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking. It's going to show you how much money we're supposed to spend each month in different items. So that will help us out to have a better control.
Before they give it to me, you want me to tell people that we have, that reserves also collects money in investments? Okay. It's a good thing. It's not the time you want me to. I'll wait till the end. Or do you want to? Whatever you want.
Beth Curler, 32J. I want to talk about two things. The gate, I have gone to the office, and you, Carlos, thank you very much for being here. We really need you. To say that that gate is left open, it's propped open, somebody has a little foam thing that they put in. That's a liability if anybody gets into that pool and drowns. So it's also a liability for that reason. And I know this door out here that, you push the button, maybe that could be something, and I know it'd be expense, but that's unheard of that somebody has fallen. And it shouldn't draw attention to them anyway. Secondly, I will be working in the little park, Monterey Park here. Carol and I have maintained that for the last few years. And I want to thank all of our neighbors because we did some fundraising last year, and I think everybody will agree the park really looked lovely. Only perennials go in that garden. We transplant, we move things around, we edge it with our own tools, and we will be working in that garden this week, starting today, if that's okay with you.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you take volunteers?
We have had volunteers in the past, and we were handed it by two people that are longtime members here. And then somebody went in and ripped out all the ground cover. So I'm a northerner, so that was kind of stressful. So yes, we can, as long as they're committed and that we sort of follow a pattern, because we've looked at the perennials that we planted last year, those that didn't get water and or sun. So we're aware we're not replanting those. And from our generous neighbors, we still have about, well, not about, $66.23. So we will put in, but we only use perennials, and I just want permission that if you see us, you're not going to kick us out.
That's fine. I'm happy that you're working over there. It looks beautiful. But you're already here, ladies. If you want to have a couple volunteers going over there and help them out.
And I'm Beth, and I'm 32J. My door is always open.
Thank you, Beth.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Larry Wicklander, and I'm in 6DD. Now, you talk about making things beautiful around the buildings. Well, what happens, flowers are beautiful in the wintertime. Last year, we had temperatures of 125 degrees. Now, if those plants do not have shades and nobody's going to water them, they're going to die. So when you put in your work order, think about it a little bit where there's shade, because you can't plant those out around the trees just off of the golf course, because you people who go back up north don't know what it's like 125 degrees outside. And so that's something that should be taken care of. Don't waste your money by planting flowers out in the sun. They ain't gonna last. And then who's gonna take care of them? Those that are left? I don't think so. They aren't our flowers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom Andrews, 25E. I spoke to Amber 2.5 weeks ago about that gate, and she said she was going to talk to you about it. And I don't know what happened.
Me neither. Usually she's great. I don't know what happened. I will double check today. But if she put it on a work order,
She said she was going to put it in a work order, and she was going to talk to the guys here about it.
they already fixed the little spring that was missing in there. They put it back. So I'm gonna double check exactly today what's going on, and I'm gonna make sure that that gets fixed as soon as possible.
Okay, one of the things that should happen is that gate should swing both ways, not just one way. And that thing should be taken off so that people can get in and out that have bundles, walkers, scooters. It's a horrible gate.
Unfortunately for the pools, the gates only go one way. I will double check if we can have a two-ways gate, but I don't think so.
Carla, about the gate, does it meet handicap code, the fact that there's not a remote for a person in a wheelchair to remotely open it, because they'd have to get out of, like he fell because he tried to get out?
I'm going to try to find out if we have a company that can help us with that. Maybe a push button and it's going to open it. So, got to look into that. But it's remember, it's money.
Check with Martin County, okay? The gate's got to be locked, closed all the time. You're not going to get a gate that swings both ways because it's got a latch, so it's not going to latch, okay? But check with Martin County. They're going to tell you that you have to have the gates closed. Every complex that I've been in anywhere in Florida, they've all got gates. They've either got a slide card where you slide through, or they got a key, and it only opens one way, period. So, I mean, if the county will let you do it, go right ahead.
I know they're not going to allow us to do it, and I know that they need to be closed and locked. We don't want to have any accidents, but we have to double check if there's any way to get an electrical device that open and close the gate. That has to be deactivated at night. So you're coming after dusk or after we leave, that gate is not going to open and close. It's going to stay closed. So that's something that we have to look into, because we don't want anybody to have access that didn't supposed to have access to the pool area.
Carlos, you know, I mean, another thing is if they know they're going to come up here, either set it up with somebody so they can open the gate for them. I mean, when somebody's in the pool area, they can open the gate going out. I mean, there's different options, you know, so. I mean, you're not going to get anything that's going to be ADA accessible, not in something like that. I've never seen it in any complex that I've been in, so. I mean, you work around a lot of complexes, you should know.
Same thing, I haven't seen anything that works basically two ways, and I haven't seen the electrical, honestly with you. They don't set it up, and they don't set it up because the door need to be secured, need to lock after hours. If nobody's in the pool, they don't want anybody have access to that area without being supervised. And we don't have cameras yet in that area, so that's important.
Deborah South, 1I. How about if we could do like a short-term solution, like maybe some kind of doorbell or buzzer? Because someone that's got mobility issues shouldn't be in the pool by themselves anyway. So if somebody within here could go and they'll check and make sure it's one of us and open the gate and assist them in.
Sounds good. That's a great
Short-term
idea.
solution.
You can have a buzzer that rings by the pool, so if somebody's over there that can help out, I think it's a great idea.
Pat Ellington, 44G. Excuse me. Have we made plans to paint the railings on the buildings, because 44 building is really bad? The railing on the top.
Okay.
I think one of my neighbors did a work order long ago, Lorraine Daniil. But
I will check it today.
okay, thank you, Carlos.
That was brought up at a meeting when we had the pressure washing, and I believe Nilsa, right? Nilsa, we asked about what we're gonna do with the railings, and our previous property manager said, well, he was gonna acid wash or whatever he said we were gonna do. Thus, it's never been taken care of. So when we continue to pressure wash the buildings, we're going to continue to scrape that paint off the railings. So that has been an issue for quite a while, right, Nilsa? We did ask that.
And I will piggyback on that, because what Chris exactly said was once all the buildings were washed, that they were gonna go back and inspect all the buildings and see which ones needed, on priority basis, which ones needed to be done first and last. They might not all be done, but they would be inspected to see which rails and which walls, because it's not just that building. I believe Wally one time reported in their building the paint is scraping off, so they were supposed to go back to inspect them, and they washed those last year, months ago. But the inspection wasn't done, or if it was done, they haven't followed up.
Thank you. I'm going to start with the 44 today. Start doing at least 10 buildings a week at least, making sure. Yes.
Whenever you want to.
On the gate, I'm thinking that an external touchpad that could be reached by, Russ McIntyre, 22J. An external touchpad with a 4-digit code that could be touched by anybody on a scooter or on a walker. It'd have to be outside so they can do that while they're still on a scooter, and then perhaps one on the inside that they can use on their way out. The gate would then have to self-open and close.
I will look into that, but let me tell you, right now the buzzer is winning. The buzzer for the pool is winning a little bit. It's the key code that they have in some communities for this type of gates. It goes on the keypad by the door, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. They have to put the key in there or to pressure the numbers because it's at the lock, so it doesn't make a big difference. I will double check if there's anything that we can do different. So I got the buzzer winning, I have the pressure button and the keypad. Keypad.
Carol Flutterbuck, 47F. Did you say there are cameras out on the pool?
No, we don't have cameras at the
Okay,
pool.
I know
Got
it's...
a bunch of cameras here that they're, as you may know.
Okay, but I know there's an issue with people swimming in the pool after hours.
I'm gonna put a power cord in the pool. As soon as the 8 p.m., that thing goes live. Any other question? Yes, we're gonna have an announcement here. Everybody brought their wallets, money?
Judy Roberts, 17G. I just want to remind everybody that we're right in the middle of selling all the Monterey apparel. We had great sales last week, and we appreciate everybody that ordered items. This week, we're going to be downstairs tomorrow from 10 until noon, and on Thursday, we'll be downstairs from 1 until 3. But in the meantime, our water bottles arrived, and these are cash and carry. So these are 20-ounce insulated stainless steel inside. They take cold or hot. You can fit ice cubes in the mouth, down the mouth of the thing. They have nice little handles, so you want to have like a 20-ounce wine fill. You can go right and walk over to your friends and have your wine handy and have it keep cold or room temp, whatever you put it in as. And I do have these with me here today if anyone is interested. They're $27. And we had to do a minimum order of 25, so we've got 25 of them now. If we sell all of those and we get enough interest, we'll place an order for another 25 of them. But they're really nice. They have the Monterey logo on here. Yes. Yeah, they're insulated in stainless steel, so they'll keep it hot or cold, and 20 ounces. And if you're not interested in these, we've got a lot of other items that if you want to come down and place some orders. And the Fun Days T-shirts we're ordering, those are also going to be ordered for tomorrow and Thursday, and those are $15. Thank you, Carlos.
You're very welcome. Bottles refilled with vodka. If you order now, the first 25, they get it filled with vodka, no? Only for the first 25. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, this is Sabrina Stagnita, apartment 41E. It was brought to my attention by Sue that some residents are wondering what we do with the reserves, if they're saved, how are they saved, are they in interest bearing, or are they invested? We're not allowed to invest them in the stock market because you know how it is, we could lose it all. So, but by law, we have to invest it in FDIC insured investments, and they are. They are they are collecting interest, and I believe that the bottom line figure, I don't have the figures in front of me, I think it was around $24,000 that we earned on the savings this year. When you got your budget sheet, it wasn't on the budget sheet because what the budget sheet has is what we have budgeted for items over 10,000, paving, and all the items, the things that cost money. We didn't put the interest earning aspect of the reserves on that budget sheet.
So should we all clap for $24,000?
You should see that, that would be, if my figure's correct, because I'm just talking off the top of my head, but you would find that on the financial statement once that comes out, once the audit is done. Just one more thing. The sinkhole, that's what I classify it as, between 13 and
14.
and 14. What is it? I know I was told that it's Stewart Plumbing.
Stewart Plumbing is supposed to be here already fixing that. And I called once already, and they're going to be here. The thing is, with them, we don't know when they're coming. Actually, they're just being, they told exactly the same thing to Chris. Oh, yes, we're going. It's a pipe that is broken, and the dirt is getting into the pipe. Every time it rains, it takes the dirt with it. Lucky for us, it's not a sinkhole, but it's dangerous as a sinkhole for many of the residents.
I appreciate and thank you for putting caution tape around it because before that, and we were under the assumption there wasn't money to fix it. Is that the problem?
No. They're being called to fix it. So those things it's a patch or replace the tubing in there and fix it. The thing is, for this type of job, they have to bring a different machine. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm going to call them today. If they don't respond within the next week,
it's not
we got to start looking for somebody else.
It's not a good reflection on them then.
Correct.
If they don't come, can we, even though...
Well, I'm going to call a different company. If they don't come, I'm going to call Power, the gentleman that is also trying to get our business. I'm going to call him to let him know that we have this to see if they can fix it.
And hopefully they can. If not, can we fill it in with some sort of filler?
The thing is, it's a pipe that is broken in there.
So
if we fill it, it's keep coming into the pipe, and eventually we're going to run into bigger trouble.
Because that's been quite a while. I know that's been at least, I don't know, 8 months.
I know since December 8th that you have that. And I know that Chris called, and I already called once. So it's not lack of our calling, it's the lack of their interest.
Yeah, you just have to keep bugging them.
They show here because they don't need to dig and remove the dirt.
Yeah, well, you can let them know we have pictures of it now. So if somebody gets hurt, it's back on them. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I wanted to invite everybody to come over to the yacht club and look at our new window tinting. It absolutely looks gorgeous. And what a difference over there. And so hopefully, we're going to get to do the other side, and we're going to have a new look over there. Okay, I need to squash one rumor. Of course, there's always a rumor. Someone is saying that we're going to tear up the wood dance floor?
I'm sorry, what?
The wood dance floor? Somebody, that we're going to tear it up? We have no intentions of tearing up the wood dance floor. We maybe would like to try to get new carpet, but I don't think that's in the budget this year. But the wood dance floor is staying as long as I'm alive here.
The wood floor is safe.
Yeah, it's there. It's not going anywhere.
That's what you just brought, rumors. It's a lot of talking. You got questions, you have anything to say, come to the office, talk to the people in charge, but stop going to the golf course or the pool or bocce or whatever and start bashing around people. Please, just ask the questions. That's what I call respect. Tommy is doing a job and somebody started screaming on him last Friday, somebody was screaming on West because he parked his car behind another person's car. And the person was upstairs and we started screaming from the top of the unit, and he followed him to the shop to keep fighting. That's not correct. That's what I call respect. So I know that none of you did it. You did it?
No.
Okay. Okay, last announcement.
Maybe. Maybe, Di, the people were tearing up the dance floor. It was, talking about their dancing? No? No, I have a small announcement. When you had Hotwire put in your Wi-Fi and TV, they probably put an app on your phone called Hotwire Fission. It looks like the Target logo. So one of the features on that at the bottom says community, and if you had ever touched it, all it kept saying was coming soon. And that was a year ago, so now apparently that was what they meant by soon. If you touch it now, you can actually get Channel 99 on your phone. And I know everybody loves to watch 99 all the time, but some people like the music track, and it is the same one that you get on 99. And the best part about it, you can pause it. So if there's a slide going by that's going too quick and you want to read it, you can actually pause it on your phone. So, and the battery's getting low, so.
Thank you.
Carol 47F, this is not a rumor, it's true. We're going to have the second time around sale on February 8th, pending the board's approval of the calendar. February 8th next year.
Okay. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, everybody. If you don't have any more questions, it's time to start making lunch. Please send me any concerns to my email. Send me emails. I like to see you.